Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hello. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're going to look at some funny memes tonight and some random Twitter and Tumblr and Reddit posts and yeah, vibe.
Yay.
How are you two, Expired Milk and Existential Gamer?
I'm at the end of the road.
Yay.
Literally. Not in
And then,
a end of my rope situation, but end of the actual road.
and when you're done your tour, how long will you get off?
4 hours.
Oh,
My flight lands at home at 2 p.m. And then my train to my next job leaves at 8 p.m.
Oh God.
wow.
so
Okay, then.
I'm just going home to switch out my suitcase and watch some TV. Then I'll be on my way.
Oh my gosh. Well, good for
Oh.
you.
It'll be a short gig. So
Good.
then I'll be home for real.
Oh, I'm tired just hearing about it.
Yeah, no kidding. That sounds like a day and a half.
Right?
Just a few short hours.
Yeah. Well,
Feel
the
like
Now-
good thing is the next thing is a summer festival, so I'll be getting
Oh.
sunlight. Whereas the
Mhm.
past 4 months I've been deep in the bowels of theaters and arenas.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
the more I hear about your job, the more I realize it's a young person's gig.
Yeah.
That's why I say every day, I say, yo, I'm not as young as I used to be. And they say, oh, shut up, you're still young. I'm like, yeah, but not as young as I used to be.
True.
Indeed.
None of us are.
How are you, Existential Gamer?
I'm great. I have a 5-day weekend coming. I've got Friday
Ooh.
and Monday and Tuesday off. And so tomorrow's like my Friday. I'm very excited. No, I'm not
Nice.
going. I'm not going anywhere. And people always ask, they're like, "Oh, are you going somewhere?" I'm like, "Nope. Nope."
Yeah, I have Monday, or let's see, I have Tuesday off because that's Canada Day. And I took Monday off because why would I go to work on Monday and then be off
Right?
Tuesday? So, yeah, I've got a 4-day
Nice. We both have
weekend.
Monday and Tuesday off.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go on
Yeah.
a smell tour somewhere.
Oh, very good.
Definitely
Very
making time for
good.
that.
I will be cleaning and preparing
For the
stuff.
parents.
Yep. Anyway, shall we look at some memes and
Yeah,
posts
let's
and
look
stuff?
at those memes.
Let's do it.
Maybe. Okay, cool. So my first one I found, which is so funny to me. Okay, so I made a trans brick purse for Pride. It's literally a brick celebrating the first Pride and 2025. Now, what gets to me about this is like, it's not a purse though. The paint on the outside does not change the nature of what the brick
No.
is. And it's some irony that this person did not intend for, but I couldn't help but notice and laugh about.
It is funny because it's utterly useless. Like,
Yeah,
what?
right.
It could be used as a weapon.
Yes. But it's just like so parallel to trans stuff. It doesn't matter what you paint on the outside, the
Yeah,
inside
Yeah,
it's
is
and
still a
you
brick,
can
alas.
right, and you can like fasten straps on the side. It doesn't make it a purse. So you're carrying around this
exactly.
heavy ass brick on your shoulder that does nothing. You
Yeah.
can't put anything in it. Look, I think it's funny
Uh-huh.
because if you notice behind, there's a bag there. So I'm wondering, are they carrying that like tote bag and the brick purse?
Yeah.
Like, I
I
can't
don't
fit anything in
know.
my
It's
purse.
so silly.
It would have been worse if they drilled holes in the top of the brick and carried tampons with it.
Yeah. Just like sticking out the top.
Be like, just in case,
Ugh,
gotta do the exchange.
Ugh.
That happens all the time, right?
so
Here,
dumb.
you want a brick tampon? Here.
Yeah.
Like, so dumb. So dumb. Um, My next one, it's a screenshot. So from r/MTF, my 5-year-old just told me I'll never be a real girl. I'm very upset. She also said she didn't want people to think she had 2 moms because that would be weird. She refers to me as her dad to classmates. I'm really very
Good.
upset.
Ooh.
Out of the mouths of
Like,
babes.
yeah, and also, like, it really pisses me off when parents identify as trans and, like, upend their children's entire
Right.
world for their
Yeah.
fetish. Like, that's so fucked up and selfish and terrible to do to a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me so mad. Nana said one time, I think she said that in order to transition in Japan, I think you can't have children under
Yeah,
age.
she did.
Like, you're not allowed to transition if you have children underage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually would save a lot of these fetish dudes that seem to love
Yeah,
transitioning when their children are very small or when their wives are pregnant.
exactly.
Like, it's a
Ugh.
thing.
Yeah, crazy. Based 5-year-old.
Yeah, well, kids don't pretend that reality isn't what it is. Yeah, it's like embarrassing and like you,
Mhm.
you know when adults are doing
And
inappropriate things when you're a child.
yeah, and so destabilizing too.
Yeah.
Like when your parent is like your dad forever, and then it's like, oh, actually, I'm a girl now. Like,
Right.
it's so.
Like you know your
Ugh.
parents lying to you. Like, no,
Mhm.
I'm not your dad, I'm your mom, and I'm actually a girl. Like, fi 5-year-old
Ew.
knows, and then, like, I don't trust any guy, no matter what, to keep his fetish from not sounding creepy, so I'm sure when he talks about it or, you know, lives his life in the house, it's like
Yeah.
there's these skeevy like, I don't know, any weird fetish dude I've ever met ever, either online or in real life, they always have this sleazy air about them, and I feel bad for this kid,
Mhm.
like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, today at work was my organization's like Pride Zoom. And so I joined it just to see what was going on, and it was like so cringe and embarrassing.
No.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and it was
Ugh.
so bad because they opened with a land acknowledgement. Um, but what frustrated me is the woman who was doing it, she pronounced literally every single tribal name incorrectly, like beyond butchered. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
okay, all right. Like, okay, all right. Like, it was so bad.
Wow.
And then, yeah, it was all like, what does pride mean to you? And it was like happiness, inclusivity, freedom, love. And I was just like, okay, all of you people. Oh, sorry, that's my dishwasher finishing. I was just like, all of you people are just so, ugh. It was so cringe. It was so
Yeah.
bad. I had to leave after like 20 minutes. I couldn't take it
Oh, I
anymore.
would hate that. I don't I don't
Yeah, it was
like
bad.
toxic positivity stuff anyway.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
that.
Like,
Very that.
ugh.
And it was also like spicy
Of
straights. I
course.
was
I
like,
mean,
okay.
the groups are gonna be filled with those people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So I was
that
like,
happened recently at my job too. Somehow, most of the people on my gig right now, they ended up at a library or something, and I guess the library was putting on a pride thing, so they take a group photo where a group of like 12 of them, mostly women, who I have listened to for the past 4 months talk only and extensively about current and former boyfriends. They were all holding up bisexual pride flags.
yeah, that's kind of how it was today on the Zoom. It was like a lot of women talking about their inclusive husbands. I was like, bye.
Bye.
It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was bad.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
Ah.
Oh, stunning.
And so brave, Lord
Oh,
Farquaad. Or should I say Lady Farquaad?
how dare you? How dare you misgender
I
him?
know.
I mean her.
Okay, this one is so funny. So it's from r/genealogy, 23andMe for trans people. I convinced my friend to take a 23andMe DNA test for fun. She was born male, but now identifies as female. And her results came back with a Y DNA haplogroup and only one X
Oh my
chromosome.
God.
This was really problematic for her and made her feel uncomfortable. Does anyone know if 23andMe makes any accommodations for trans people?
Are you fucking kidding me? The absolute state of education in our country.
Like, how dare his actual DNA reflect what is in his actual
Can't change your
DNA?
DNA. I'm sorry. No matter what.
It came back in the Y haplogroup.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, because he's a man.
And you know what? I bet this guy purposely did this test just so he could have something to complain about.
Oh.
Right.
This is even really,
Oh
this
my
kind
God,
of feels
so
like a shitpost, to be honest with you.
I hope so, because otherwise it's so fucking crazy and funny.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. What is that
I
law on
know.
the internet where you can't tell like shit posts from actual earnest posts? Godwin's
Oh, I
law,
don't
I
know.
think it's called.
Ugh,
Yeah.
so funny. Any accommodations for trans people?
Oh, I know.
I've
The
done
accommodation is like the
what?
scientist can take a little pen and just cross like the Y, just make it an X
Right.
with
Yeah.
the pen.
Oh, so funny. So funny. This is good too. When you're trans and the club says $6 for women, 8 for men, but you gotta pay 14 since you both. And then fuck
Guess
you
you
trans
pay
women for trash.
14.
And then guess you pay 14. Guess you pay 14.
Yeah, he's mad. He has to pay 14.
Oh, this is so funny. This one. Do you know who Brianna Wu is?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The name sounds familiar.
Well,
but no.
He writes, many trans women go into sex work because a lot of us have autogynephilia and being objectified is erotic for
Yeah,
us.
sounds basically on his brand.
At least he's
Yeah, about
admitting
to say,
it.
I'm surprised he just said it.
Well, that's the thing about Brianna Wu. He says all the quiet parts out loud at all times. And yet everybody's like, that never happens. Autogynephilia isn't real.
Oh my god, Nena. When you wore gamer socks for 3 years and it didn't even change your genetic code.
Gamer socks.
Oh, this is so funny. I hate that guy. He's a creep.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, I think.
Consider
He's
yourself
like an
lucky.
internet trans activist. Weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I do appreciate the ones that just come out and say it, though, to be honest. That way everybody can just avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean that for all creeps.
Yeah. Absolutely. This next one is Grindr clapping back, and it's so funny.
Good.
So Rebecca Black tweeted, "What's the difference between polyamory and polygamy?" And Grindr replied, "The
Oh.
Also, long time no see, Rebecca Black.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. The smell.
Yeah.
That is too funny.
Yeah. Reminds me of that polyamory song on
Polyamory
YouTube.
song.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Is there a jingle?
God, it's like the words are like, it's never who you want to be polyamorous. That's polyamorous.
Oh, of course, right.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name. Maybe someone in chat will know, but it's a funny song about it.
Yeah.
About how cringy it is.
There's a TikTok of this like totally normal looking dude being like, why do the poly people always look like that?
Yeah.
And then someone who looks like that replied to it going, what do you mean? Like, what? And it's like,
did they stitch it?
Yeah, they stitched it and they're like, what do you mean? And it's like, you literally are that person. You look like that. Everyone knows.
Yes. I can picture the person now.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
noticed some
that's
more.
exactly it. Sorry, Nena knows what I'm talking about with the polyamory video.
Yeah,
Chris, yeah, his
exactly.
name's Chris. I wish I could remember his last name, but I can't. If you look up YouTube polyamorous, I'm sure you'll find it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Silly.
Ugh, too good.
Sorry, expired milk. Oh God.
This,
Uh,
this means I'm a guy now, right?
ah,
Oh, yeah. So
ugh,
real.
the blood.
Oh, I just zoomed in
Come on.
on my phone. On the first panel, that little box says boob shredder 5,000.
Oh yeah.
But literally, like, it's just a money grab. Like, these surgeons make like $7,000 or $10,000 a surgery, you know, and they do a few a day. Like, God,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
The hips, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can, it always, yeah, gives them away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Poly people in a relationship. It's just so much more peaceful than rigid, duplicitous monogamy. Poly people in a breakup. Urgent, please share. Me and my co-partners are being hunted across state lines by Knife, the vengeful altar of our ex-wife.
Knife. Oh my God. What duplicitous monogamy.
I didn't know there was so much poly drama online.
Oh
Oh
my God,
God, there
all
is
the
so
time.
much. And then in every single thread, you always get the ones that are like, well, you never hear about their really peaceful, loving poly relationship, so it's just bias. I'm like,
No, y'all are crazy.
knife. Is
Knife.
knife a Tim?
Knife is a Tim.
Oh,
Oh,
I was gonna
and I
say,
cheesy.
think
it seems like the more labels people give themselves, at least when I encounter them, they seem to be the most chronically single. So it's like, ah, yes, you're a polyamorous, blah 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 blah, and you've never actually been on a date. That's what it usually seems to be when I run into them.
Yeah,
yeah.
I always think that's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's so much. Um, I watch some. What was that sound?
Mm.
Me neither. I watched some YouTube true crime channels of like police interrogations and stuff, or like body cam footage. And there was this one. It's not funny, but there's a polyamorous couple, or not couple. I don't know, multiple. What? Anyway, a polyamorous. What's the word?
A
Polycule.
polycule.
Jesus. And there was like two trans identified males, a cis male, and a cis female.
Oh,
So
poor woman.
3 men, 1 woman. And so the original couple was the just basic man and woman. And then the woman started dating a Tim, and then the man wanted a Tim for himself. Oh boy.
Oh.
And what ended up happening was when the man was out of town, the the woman and her Tim partner ended up murdering the other Tim.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. And it was like a whole kerfuffle about like the relationships, plural. And yeah, they ended up murdering him just because they didn't want him to live with them anymore.
Oh.
Like,
Did they
why
just
would
kick
like
him out?
what? I know. Yeah, they ended up murdering him together. And yeah, it was bad times. But I'm like, it's always like something crazy is going on in these polycules. Thankfully, it's not always murder, but sometimes it is.
Yes.
For real.
Dang.
Good Lord.
Well, it's like Nana said, they're all unfuckables are willing to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Hmm. Have mercy. What do we got next?
Yep.
Womp womp.
But I told them
Mhm.
I'm non-binary. It's like, well,
Well,
it don't matter.
I don't know what to tell you.
They're gonna get you anyway. Can't identify.
I
Oh
tried to
yeah, I
watch it so,
forgot
but it
Nana.
freaked me out too much.
That's right. Nana and I were watching that video at the exact same time and talking about it in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy one.
Synchronicity.
Hmm. Oh my god. Okay, my next one is so fucking funny. To me, anyway. Okay, so I'd like to apologize to the trans woman I misgendered yesterday, or I mid-gendered yesterday. You can ye the keyboard S key broke off my keyboard, causing a he by mistake. I know that's not an excuse, and I'm sorry for misgendering him. Oh, that made me laugh so hard when I saw it. Just
That's so funny.
misgendered him.
Yes. Haha.
Oh, so good.
I'm Ari.
Yeah, I'm Ari for misgendering. Mid-gendering him.
Okay, Capricorn in the comments identifies as a black void. There was, in fact, a Marvel movie about this very recently.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a dude. He was literally the void and he murdered everyone. But then he decided it was not a good thing to do that. So he was okay now.
But he was literally a void. He didn't just
Yeah.
identify. Imagine
Yeah.
like some regular dude walking around being like, "I'm the void."
oh my
I'd be like,
god.
you're not the void. I saw the void on TV. You're not the void.
Yeah, stop it.
Oh, too good.
Andrew.
What about Meandry?
Yeah, it done it
Like Milady?
Tipping my Laura. Andrew.
Fax machine! I'm avoiding you, sir.
That's Batman.
Uh,
I am the void.
so goth and dramatic.
I know,
Emo.
right? Very emo. He needs a black trench coat. Yes. Fedora.
Alpha beat Nana. Very good, very good. This is a good one. Unlike other mothers, I will raise a sweet boy who respects women.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it be.
Yep,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not just parental influence that forms a person.
Yeah, and if
Like,
it's any
golly
parental,
gee, what a novel idea.
yeah, like women from the dawn of time haven't done it, and if it's any parental influence, it's not going to be the woman. So,
Yeah.
in a society where men prioritize what other men say over their moms, they're going to listen to their mom. Ugh, my
Mhm.
mom, she doesn't know anything. That's what these boys think. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. 13. This is good. Keeping women separate from men was never a problem when it was the men who didn't want women around. The ladies were easily banished. Now it's suddenly an insurmountable problem to provide women with their own space when it's the women who want spaces free of cock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Way to go, El Marques de Vichon.
Yeah, women, like, we've barely had spaces at all, right? Like, in the course of history, women have
Yeah.
barely had spaces.
Mhm.
And now they're trying to just yank them all away. And it's such bullshit.
Yeah, and when it's not the trans doing it, it's the weird men's rights activists that are like, women's gyms are sexist against men.
Ugh. Ugh.
Which
And
they're not even that different, the trans activists and the MRAs.
oh no, they're two sides of the same coin.
Yep.
Venn diagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Circle. Complete circle.
Circle. Yes.
Yeah, nobody cares when guys want guy weekends or guy clubs or whatever. But
I know they always say that too. They're like, oh, if we had a guy club, all the feminists and women would be losing their shit. Like, when? Where?
Yeah.
I've worked jobs where the guys on the job will all go out for a beer and make business. Like, I worked for an insurance company once, and all the top agents used to do that. They used to go out, and the female agents were never allowed to go. Or they were never invited because it was
Right.
a guy thing, right? It still happens to this very day. So,
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Nana
big.
said, segregation is easy because the people in power do it. Separation
Mhm.
is difficult because those not in power are trying to do it to get their own space.
Yeah,
Great point.
exactly.
Great
Salad
point.
Caesar, they can make a men only gym.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the thing
But
is whether we're talking about like normal men or trans identified men, like I wouldn't care if there was a trans only or men's only shelter
no,
or
no.
trans only or men's only sports league or locker room or whatever. And the thing is like, but they don't want any of that, right? They want what
Mm-mm.
women have. And
Yeah.
they always want to throw it back at us like, well, how would you feel if we had a men only? And I'd be like, I would be
Ah,
happy. Like, knock your fucking socks off, man.
yeah.
Go for it.
Go be around all the cocks you want.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, winter bread. Oh my god. They can't make a trans gym because it would be a health code violation.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, if we're thinking about all the poly people and the TRAs,
Exactly.
I mean, they need a shower. I'm just saying.
Yes. Oh, there are some male only gyms in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's totally fine. I don't care at all.
Yeah. Oh, you feminists don't want that. Like, yeah, why not?
And I frankly also don't even care at all if there is mixed sex facilities, provided that there are male only and female only as
Sure.
well as the third option. I literally don't care. If someone wants to use the all gender change room or the all gender bathroom, that's fine. I'm happy to have those on facilities and campuses and whatever.
Right.
But there should be the option for men or women only as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, lest we remember, that's a good point too, is that a lot of spaces become male only because not on purpose, but because they're so hostile to women. It's
Yeah,
like
of
an
course.
unspoken thing. I mean, a lot of geek circles are like that, right? Like I'm on Reddit and I read the D&D drama subs, like
Mhm.
I don't play D&D anymore. I haven't played in years, but it's just fun. But there's a lot of, there's a lot of tables that they'll have one woman and she'll write in about how she was iced out and how they don't allow any other women after they've iced her out. It's a very common story because they don't want no girls in the clubhouse, right? They don't have to
Yeah.
specifically say our group is men only. What they do is they are hostile to any female that comes into their
Yeah.
orbit, you know?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
don't have to say
No,
it. They
no.
show it.
I've only ever been in one D&D group. It was during college, but I stopped going because it was mostly dudes and they would treat me badly. So I was like, okay, well,
Right.
I
That's
guess I'm not
exactly
going to
it.
go anymore.
Yeah.
Nana does female only D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. Whoops. Where
Yeah,
did that
alfalfa,
go?
that was part of it. But the other part of
Yeah.
Gamergate was the men didn't like when women criticized their precious nerd media either, from a feminist standpoint. So, oh boy, yeah. Which kitty is real?
Isn't that good?
Yes,
So cute. I love the real
I
cat's
know.
face. It's so
He
cute.
crunch.
Crunch. Oh, working class Shiro. Hello, that's a new name. Welcome. Additionally, their hostility is so garden variety. Do you even know what the card does? Oh, well, before you play this card, you need to do this. And I usually just stare them down like apes. This happened to me, actually, because I am into Formula One, auto racing. And I've definitely encountered some of this online and in person, too. Like, I once had, oh my God. Ugh. One time a guy asked me if I could even name any of the drivers, and I was
These
like,
guys with their
yeah, I
quizzes,
know
they always
all.
want to quiz you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's so
know.
lame.
What are the 10 teams called? Who drives for each team? I'm
Ugh,
like,
yeah,
I know probably more about the sport and the history and the dynamics than you do, bro. Like, ugh,
yeah. I
so
don't
cringe. Yeah, but they always do want
I
to
don't play
quiz
those
you.
games
And it's like,
anymore. I just like I don't answer. I'm
yeah,
like, are you quizzing me like some well actually guy? I just put it right out on,
yeah, they definitely are.
and they'll be like, oh,
Ugh,
no, I was just curious. Yeah, okay. Well, go look on Wikipedia if you want the answers to your questions.
yeah, I think I've started like, if I ever encounter that, I'm just gonna be like, can you? Do
Some of
you
these
know?
guys are they
I
have
know
no
my shit.
life, so they can do it. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
I just make fun of them. I'd be like, "Are you really being that nerdy loser, dude? Because
No.
really, you're gonna be that guy?
It usually happens
Yeah.
for me with Star Wars. I just say,
Of course."
just going off this question you've asked me, I
Oh,
can tell
yeah.
you're not on my level, so walk away.
Yeah, you actually have all the encyclopedic knowledge about Star Wars too. So for them to do that to you is like, it's really, really silly.
Shika, you wearing a Star Wars t-shirt? Well, what's
Yes.
the name of the gold robot?
Ugh, God. Do not be starting on Star Wars with expired
No,
milk.
she knows everything.
She will school you.
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, crass, Shiro. Another funny response to that bullshit. Name 5 women who feel safe alone with you.
Yeah.
Ah!
But you can't.
Right? Okay, next one. So the 5 love languages has
Oh,
cooked
come
our
on.
generation. Wow, you're a straight couple and the man's love language is physical touch, sex, and the woman's love language is acts of service, waiting on a man's foot. Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. How convenient.
Yeah, and
I know so many situations where that is the
yeah,
dynamic.
and I can go on and on about the love language bullshit, but the acts of service, if I don't even believe in this whole thing, but the way it's meant to
Yeah.
be, she's supposed to get the acts of service, not serve others. You know what I mean?
Right. Love language is about how you like to feel
Right.
loved, not
Not that she
show.
can't, do things for people she loves, but like that's supposed to be how you get it, how you feel loved.
Yep.
So notice how his love language is how he receives love, and
Receive
then
something.
hers
Yeah.
is how he receives something.
Good times. Yep. This one's so good. I'm going to teach you kids the importance of being yourselves by changing everything about me
That's right. And making you pretend, my delusion.
and making you pretend. Yeah.
What? Kids like
Cringe.
There was I was scrolling on, I think it was Facebook the other day, and there was some image that popped up. I remember the hashtag above it was like depressed girls or something like that. And then it was a picture that said, for all the women who never wear makeup, ... why? And then all the comments were like, oh, it's because I'm lazy, or oh, it's because I'm depressed, or oh no, all this stuff. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why isn't it? Because why would I?
Yeah, exactly. June 22nd was my 6-year no
Yeah,
makeup
awesome.
day.
I mean, I'll be honest, before
Yep.
I actually like ditched it for good for ideological reasons, I was lazy and I didn't want to
Yep.
do it.
Oh yeah, same. When I used to occasionally wear makeup, I have never been a
No,
daily
me
makeup
either.
wearer. I would maybe like 3 or 4 times a month. And even so, like I always immediately was like, ugh, I want to get this off. Ugh, it feels gross.
Yeah, the
So,
closest I ever was
yeah.
to a daily was back in high school when I was trying to cover my zits with foundation and stuff. Yeah.
Mm,
But they're like,
yeah.
you know, I was only a kid, so.
Yeah, oh, totally. Totally.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, but nowadays, not wearing makeup is enough to be called a pick me. Ugh.
What? You'd think that it would be the opposite.
Really?
No, because it's like, you don't wear makeup like you're a cool girl. You're like just one of the guys. Such a pick
Um,
me.
what?
Yeah,
No.
I
The thing
know.
about the cool girl no makeup look is that you do wear makeup, but you're supposed to apply it so that you don't look like you do.
I
Like
know.
you,
Oh yeah, the
they
natural
don't.
face look.
If you're
Uh-huh.
trying to be a pick me for dudes, dudes don't actually generally like real no makeup. You know, some do, but a lot of men will look at a woman wearing a natural makeup and they'll think she's not wearing anything. Like they'll look at pictures of magazine models, and just because she's not wearing bright blue eyeshadow and lipstick, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she has no makeup on." Like,
Right.
no,
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's got like
right,
17
like contouring
products.
up the ass, like just so made up, but she doesn't look like she's painted with like a clown, so they don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess I never thought of it as laziness because it's like I'm sure many women are the same. But even if you put me in the middle of a Sephora, like I don't know what any of that
I
is.
still don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
even back then I didn't know because I didn't really want to learn. And then but because I hadn't come to the, you know, the ideology yet, I would feel bad like I was failing at being a girl or something. And that's the difference. Back
Right.
then I was like, yeah, I'm just lazy. I can't wrap my mind around all this. All of my friends are looking in
Mhm.
magazines for all these tips. I can't keep anything straight. And if I try to do it, it always looks bad. I can't do it. I'd rather sleep the extra half an hour than get up and do a face. Like,
Yes. Oh my gosh. I could not imagine, like, yeah, when
yeah.
women get up so early to
My
do their
mom
freaking makeup and curl their
used to
hair and
take
whatever the
an hour
fuck.
plus every single day when I was growing up to do her hair and makeup every morning.
It's
And
crazy to
watching that,
me.
I just could not be arsed to do it at all. I was like, oh,
No.
I just want to play video games and sleep. Like, leave me alone. But that's
Yep.
the difference is like now I don't wear it like on purpose and I'm comfortable not wearing it. And I don't want to
Mhm.
because for a lot of reasons. But like, yeah.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Ugh, this next one is from
Mhm.
Reddit, from r/FTF. Why do cis women dislike bras so much? I'm still at that stage in my transition that I present as male from time to time, and during these times I don't wear a bra. My boobs aren't very big yet, but I can certainly see a difference when I wear a bra. I honestly can't wait to put a bra back on, and when I do, it feels so good. Why do cis women hate them so bad? I totally love my bras.
Well, that's because you're getting off
Ugh.
on.
Right.
You can
It
keep it.
feels so good, he says. No, it
Mm-mm. I actually
doesn't.
just took my bra off before coming on stream.
Ugh. That's the first thing I do as soon as
I
I
don't
get
even wear
home,
real
man.
bras. They're like
Me neither.
sports
I wear like a
bra. Yeah,
bralette type.
bralette. Like a
Yeah,
bralette sports bra
that's what
thing.
I wear
And
too.
I only wore it because
And
I am wearing a fucking tank top because it's 100 degrees out and I had to go run an errand and I didn't want the nips out. So I'm like, well, I'll just put on the
mhm.
bralette. And then when I got home, like, oh yeah, take that off.
Yeah, and even just a little bralette, when you take it off, I'm like,
Oh, it's the
oh,
best
free.
freedom.
Hmm. Yeah. So this freaking fetishists,
Yeah, it's
yuck.
gross. It's like
Hmm.
obviously we know why you like to wear a bra, guy.
Yep. Oh yeah, wired bras. Gabriel says I've given up on wired bras. I never really wore them. I had a few that I tried, but they were never
Mhm.
comfortable. And certainly like I've never been like properly fitted for a bra. But even so, like I cannot imagine a wire bra ever being very comfortable.
Seer Real asked what we think of pretty privilege. It's
Where's
down a
that?
bit.
I'm looking. Oh, I must have missed it. Okay. What do you think of pretty
Yeah, I don't
privilege?
believe it exists.
I would not call male attention a privilege.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, I actually did a video about that like a while back. But
Oh, really?
yeah. Yeah, where I talked about it. But like you're just it's the same side it's this different side of the same shit coin as far as like the patriarchy goes. Do you get more attention? Yes. When you're young, can it feel like a privilege? Yes. But if that's all you're putting all your eggs in the basket of your prettiness, it's not
Yeah.
good for your psyche.
I usually view it as being
Yeah,
okay.
I think.
But
Go ahead.
yeah,
Expired
I
milk.
feel like I usually view it as being invited deeper into the lair, so that when things eventually do go sideways, because they always will, I feel like it just ends up becoming more dangerous for people.
Yeah, I think the term pretty privilege is like not the right term.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like a halo effect that affects everyone. Like if you're really, really ridiculously good looking or whatever, but that's men and women. Like, but that's not what
Yeah.
people mean when they say pretty privilege. They're thinking of like some hot girl that gets everything handed to her and like everyone loves her. And that my experience, like I've had a lot
Yeah.
of really pretty friends, especially when I was younger.
Mhm.
And these women, they were not beloved by everybody. I can tell you that. They had the worst boyfriends who would say the worst things. Like my mid ass would not hear half of the egregious shit that some of these women's boyfriends would say to them, like trying to bully them into eating disorders and all, and like like criticizing their bodies to the point. And these women were like models; they were gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they were never happy with themselves because everything hinged on how attractive they were.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
definitely seen that too.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so much better because I'm not like as pretty, but it's not that. It's just like, I even said to a friend of mine years and years ago, because she always would complain to me about her looks. And I'm not one of those people that's like, whoa, are you saying I'm ugly because you think you're ugly? No, no, no. It wasn't about that. It's like, but I said to her, I'm like, you are really pretty. And if you can't even see that, what's even the point of trying? Like you try so hard.
Right.
Like the hair's on point, that the outfits are on point. You're always worried about how you look. Like you've made it. Like you're there and you can't, like, do you see what a pointless dragon it is to chase? Like,
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Ready for a funny one?
yes.
Okay. They see me
They them
rolling.
hating.
They them hating.
I'll always like that picture.
I know, it's so iconic. She posted it after the UK Supreme Court ruling.
I want to join
Also,
the
I feel like I heard the Mandalorian is picking a beef with her recently, like out of the blue, but I don't know any of the details. Have you
Oh,
heard of
really?
this?
No,
Yeah,
not
Mm-mm.
at
the
all.
actor who plays the Mandalorian has
Pedro.
Pedro.
yeah, he has a Tim sister, I guess. Or
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like the show, not the
no,
actor.
the
Yeah,
character of the
Pedro
Mandalorian.
Pascal. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
Pedro. Apparently, he's picking a beef out of nowhere.
Well, plus he's
Yeah.
in The Last of Us too, and he's co-stars with that non-binary and
MB.
the MB Bella Ramsey, who has said before that she's MB because she's like a normal person, not like a girl.
Yeah. Ugh. So crazy. Yeah, he protect the dolls. Is his
Yeah,
like
and
slogan.
again,
Ew, what
dolls? Really?
dolls?
Dolls?
Yeah, dolls is like a slang word, I guess, for trans-identified
What?
males.
That's so.
Call themselves dolls.
Ugh. Again,
Mhm.
a very male thing to do, to like objectify
Yeah.
yourself like that.
Mhm.
I think most actual women would be like, I don't really like that. Kind of
Mhm.
cringe.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. I was talking to a friend and she brought up the Harry Potter series, so I mentioned that I really liked J.K. Rowling. She immediately disregarded J.K.'s actual achievements and contributions and reduced her to her transphobia.
Phobia is real.
Classic.
Yeah. Yep.
Dolls
No,
because
not
they're
dolls because they're
outdoors.
artificial imitations.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I guess it's apt, but that's not why they picked it. They picked it because they're little dolls. I mean, they might as well just call themselves fuck dolls, right? Because that's their dream. Like that's the fetish right there.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. Next one. So I just realized that "you're a bigot" is just one of the new ways of calling women crazy for being aware of our global plight. And the way we use it to tone the same thing. In the 20th century, it was, "Oh, you think female oppression is real and males are the oppressor? You're a fucking insane, crazy bitch. Go get a lobotomy and suck my dick." And in the 21st century, it's, "Oh, you think female oppression is real and males are the oppressor? You're a fucking bigot, white feminist turf bitch. Go kill yourself and suck my girl cock."
Yeah.
100%.
Literally, it's exactly the
I
same.
was talking to someone about this basic topic earlier today. I was talking about, yeah, like sometimes I'll say some like feminist things that I think are pretty tame, all things considered, and people will freak out calling me some sort of like
Extremist.
extremist. It's like,
Yeah.
no, what's extreme is how things are currently, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am having a perfectly reasonable response to reality, actually. So
A perfectly reasonable response to reality. No, literally, it is crazy. And also, yeah, Danny is right. They can't name one actual act of bigotry because
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Be
it's never
specific.
anything real.
Tell me.
Yep.
yeah, my friend, she or I guess for the J.K. Rowling stuff, she was like, I hate J.K. Rowling because of her essay. And when the essay came out, like I maybe skimmed some of it, but
I read it on my channel.
oh yeah,
Read
fine.
and read and
Yeah,
reacted to it.
yeah. But it was like everything, every part I read, I was like, this is actually very tame and very generous.
Yes,
It was
very
so
tame,
tame.
well-tempered,
Yeah, so that's why I told
nice.
her. I said, look, I thought she was letting him off easy personally, but go off, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was back before she became an unmitigated badass. She was actually
Yeah.
really nice
Yeah,
and she
so gentle and tame.
like pussyfooting almost. You could tell. She's lost that now,
Oh, yeah, now
obviously.
she does not give a fuck.
No, no.
Rightfully so.
Hell yeah. And also, if I were a billionaire, like, hell yeah, I would just be like fully unhinged online and say
Yeah,
exactly. And also, she's using her money to defend women's legal fees and stuff. Like, God, what a legend.
right. If you had fuck
So
you
cool.
money, like of course.
Hell yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
I got tickets for the entire family to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child this Christmas. And
Ooh.
maybe the original Draco will be there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cute.
he was getting shit online recently too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was just very like, I don't really know what it is she's been saying. So,
Yeah.
meh.
He was
And
so
I was like,
non-committal about it. He just didn't condemn her.
fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Tom.
I was like, dude's just trying to pay rent over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And Tom doesn't have much work these days, all right? Just,
Yeah.
be nice to him.
Oh, so funny. This next meme is good. Men, why would women do this?
For real though.
Literally. Oh,
Yeah, this is like the what do they always say? Patriarchy hurts men too.
yeah, exactly. That's
Ooh.
exactly it. Yes. Yeah, swap the word men for patriarchy. And it's the same meme.
Yep.
Um, this is good. Trans women are the reason gays and lesbians have rights. Feels a lot like Jesus died for your sins. I don't care and I don't believe in your dumbass religion.
Yeah, I mean, it's true though. I've often said that the whole
Yeah.
trans thing is a religion
Yeah.
because you have to believe in souls and the Bible rewrites history and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they're Stonewall had nothing to do with trans people. It was all homosexual humans who did it.
Yeah,
I
and
also
also
don't think.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I also don't think it's a coincidence, and maybe this is just the people that have popped up on my radar, but it seems like a lot of Tims in particular, before tuning out, were part of some other very intense ideology.
Yes.
Like they were
Yeah.
ex-Mormons, or like they were like in the Marines or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they were in the alt-right. The alt-right
Yeah.
pipeline to trans is like a thing. They even make fun of it amongst themselves. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, and Plim Plummy pointed out something I was going to say exactly. Stonewall is like US American. Like it's such an Americentric view when they want to say like, "Oh, trans women gave you your rights." And it's like,
Right.
I live in Canada.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with the rights of homosexuals in Canada.
No, we're talking about like American gay rights for sure, but they
Yeah,
never
but
specify that.
they'll tell you, they'll say that shit no matter who you are, where you're from. They're like, "You have to thank trans women for your right to blah, blah." It's like,
Right.
no, actually, Canada legalized gay marriage 20 years ago. Um,
Mhm.
and it had nothing to do with trans people or Marsha P. Johnson, who literally identified himself as a man.
And he even said he wasn't the first.
Yeah.
It was
And
a lesbian woman who did
and
it.
it's always listen to trans people, except for when Marsha P. fucking Johnson himself says, "I'm a gay boy"
Yes.
on video,
Oh
like
yeah, on fucking video.
10 days before his death. Like,
Yeah, he's like, I do not and never have identified as a woman. I am a gay man.
yeah.
He could hold up like a signed affidavit
Hmm.
stating,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry, Jar of Sapphics. It's true.
Yeah,
It
Nazi to
is
teacher pipeline.
true.
Have mercy.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are like former incels, former MRA, well, former quote
Yeah.
unquote MRA, right? They like to pretend
Mhm.
they're still not, but
Yep. Good evening, Winterbread. Good night. Sleep well. Bye. Thanks for joining us.
bone wall on Turf Island.
This one's good. White woman, black woman, Asian woman, fat woman, thin woman, trans
Mm-hmm.
woman.
Yep.
No 23andMe accommodations here.
No, no, can't change that. Unlike a chromosome, you can definitely change those. Don't give up.
Don't give up. If you want it to be true hard
That's
enough,
right.
it'll become
That's
true,
how life
apparently.
works, right?
Yeah. So funny. Uh, let's see
What,
here.
really, Bloom Bloomy? Oh, please.
I saw someone trying to trans out Stormy Delivari now and pretend that TERFs are the ones pushing for the marsh. Get fucking
Yeah,
real.
please.
That is
That's amazing
crazy.
how easily they
This.
lie. They're just so blatantly
Mhm.
liars.
Mhm.
Even
All the
though
time.
there's internet evidence of everything it's ever been said. Like it's all written down, it's on video,
Yeah.
it's in writing. Like what?
Yeah. They just don't care. It doesn't fit the narrative, so
Yeah.
it's so weird. Uh,
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to
this
I'm
is
gonna
good.
have to peace out now.
Okay, yeah, go enjoy your
Okay.
party.
Have fun with the rest of the
Have
stream.
fun. Yes, have a fun night. Bye,
Bye.
Exile.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, oh
All right.
boy. I just
What?
read the comic you just put up.
Oh, yeah. So, like, yeah, trans people are always like, read a book. History of Gender. Dr. John Money
Mhm.
was a sexologist and pedophile who forced sex reassignment on an infant and later had the child simulate sex acts with his twin brother. Like, well, no, not that book.
Not that one.
Ugh, those poor kids. What was the name? David?
David Reimer? I forget
Yeah,
his brother's
Reimer.
name.
Oh, so
Keith,
sad.
maybe? Kevin? I forget.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. But yeah, this also like this meme also represents the way that they'll always say, like, you need to educate yourself. Listen to trans
That's like
people.
the
And it's
vast
like,
majority of women that have peaked. That's what they did.
right. Like, how do you think I got to the point where, like, I'm a radical feminist because I educated
Right.
myself. And what they mean when they say educate yourself, they just mean listen to and accept what I say, no questions
Yeah.
asked. That's all they mean. They don't mean at all about like doing research or forming your own opinions. They
Yeah.
just mean do as
Well,
I say.
read the Bible and have faith and believe. Again, the religious parallels. It's the same when a Christian's like, well, have you read the Bible? But have you read it? Like, just the act of reading
Yeah,
it will make you believe. It's the same thing.
right. Like, yeah, I had 13 years of Catholic
Right.
school, kindergarten to grade 12. Like, I
A
have read the
lot of
fucking Bible.
atheists.
I've been to the catechism classes. I've done it
Right.
all, and I
A
am an
lot of atheists
atheist.
are former religious people that know what it's about, and a lot of like turfs, whatever, are like liberal leftist women. Not all. There's the strain that's the conservative
Mm,
anti-trans, just anti-trans. They're not fans of any other leftist initiative at all. You can always I have an easy time telling those apart personally, but they
mm,
seem to be tricking a lot of people online. But yeah, a lot of the original old guard turfs that started peaking like before the right
mhm,
kind of infiltrated and did the whole like conservative anti-trans thing where they would
mhm,
um they were like leftist liberal women that tried to be an ally and like learn and but the cognitive dissonance just got way too much.
mm. Ballistic has great comment. She wrote, they think their ideology is perfect, and this can apply to
Yes.
religious people or TRAs. So if someone doesn't agree, it means they don't know what it
Yeah, I
says.
mean,
That's such a great point. What a great
it's
comment.
true. So true.
Mhm.
Yeah, a jar of sapphics. That's like the trajectory so many of us went through.
Yeah, I educated myself and became a rad femme, and it had nothing to do with trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me same.
Yeah. I I mean, I've told it many times, but I became a radical feminist because I was hate reading a radical feminist's blog, being like, "Oh my god, why is she so
Iconic.
mean?"
Love it.
And then I was like, "Oh, hey, wait a second. I think I get what she's saying." And the rest is history.
Yeah.
That was 12 years ago.
It just clicks and you're like, "Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. That emperor doesn't have any clothes on."
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see here. So Surreal said, I'm still reading about radical feminism, but it feels like common sense with a lot of things. I watched a podcast recently with 3 feminists and was shocked how male centered they were.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
true.
A lot of liberal like pop feminists, liberal feminists like in the media space, they're still yeah.
Oh, Lucy, great comment. Educate yourself. And they still won't educate themselves on what radical feminism is actually about. Yeah. And further than that, not only will they not educate themselves, but they also like actively encourage others to avoid it. Like there's that whole like
Block and stay
block and
safe.
stay safe.
Yeah, or if they can't convince people to block and stay safe, they'll just blatantly lie about what.
Wait, arugula. I became a radical feminist from doing
Ooh.
that exact thing on your channel. Wait, are you
Were
serious?
you a common arguer?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Also, that's amazing because I think so fondly about the woman whose blog I was hate reading, and I always wish I could like connect with her again and
Yeah.
thank her. And so that I'm somebody's her blog was just as badass. And so that I could be someone's just as badass is like so nice.
Aw.
I love
Yeah.
that. Aw, thanks. I'm so glad that you're here. That's so awesome. DJ Luna Wolf, LOL, the hate reading too. Wait, everything they're saying is completely logical and correct, and I can only ignore my common sense for so long.
Yep.
Pipeline. Hi, Stinky, who's recommended this channel from Reddit.
It's
Hello and
stinky.
welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Wait, Reddit actually talks about? But Reddit is like ground zero for trans.
Yeah, there are a few like kind of secretive lesbian only subs that are like pretty secretive.
Ah,
And actually I saw somebody was asking about radical feminist content on one of them the other day, and somebody did mention me. I saw that, so maybe it was from
yeah,
there.
you're like minorly famous. Nice.
I don't think so.
Yes, I am famous. So.
Oh my god, Capricorn. I didn't hate watch, but I had my guard up on your content. Now
Ooh.
I'm chill and never felt more unified.
And
Oh
Gabrielle
my
says
god,
she was a bit
welcome.
afraid of the channel. Don't be afraid.
Oh,
Come in.
really? Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I think we have a nice fun time around here. Like, I know that I am on my videos for sure, I am kind of like a fucking tough
Yeah.
ass when it comes to my beliefs and stuff. But I think on streams we have like a really nice fun time.
Yeah.
And everybody is funny and nice and welcoming and we love the chat. So, yeah, I'm glad that women have found their way here because it's really nice.
Absolutely. Salad Caesar, that
Yeah.
was part of my thing too.
This one, female dating strategy to Rad
Yeah,
Femme Pipeline.
because and the founders of that subreddit hated that this happened. But the goal of the subreddit was to basically highlight how awful dudes were, like in the dating market, and to tell women to look out for yourself and live your own life and do things for you and don't like, basically don't center men. This is like the decenter men thing. Well,
Right.
the more and more nightmare like stories and screenshots and all this stuff, the subreddit just became more and more radfem, like almost like a separatist vibe, and the founders really, really hated it. They were like, no, 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 this is a dating strategy. We do still want to find like the unicorn guy out there or whatever. But the user base
Right.
was not seeing, yeah. But the beautiful part, Helga, is that the sheer evidence of the fact that it was like a weird pipe dream was starting to just reach a tipping point until the mods actually had to come on and make a mod post and say like we don't associate with all this like rad femme content. We're not separatists. We don't want to be femcells or anything like they went like off. Yeah, but a lot of the women had the scales just kind of ripped from their eyes, and it was something to see. I was
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Lee says, I love the different English accents in this community. That's cute. I feel like most of us have the same accent except for Rusty.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes, like, I do get people who clock my accent as Canadian.
Sometimes, yes.
Sorry.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and I forget what one it was, and he said about in that
About.
way. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you're Canadian. Oh
Yes. Yeah, we don't say
no,
about
I
though,
can't
but we
do
say
it.
about. It's not like Americans say
Yeah,
about, but we say about.
yeah. It's like a
It's somewhere between a boot and a boat.
about.
A boat.
I really
About.
can't do it, but when you hear it, you
But you can
know.
hear it. Yeah.
I don't know if
Yes.
I have an accent. People will have to tell me. Do I have a northeastern accent?
It just sounds standard American to
Yeah,
me.
me too.
Yeah. And the funny thing is like I I think I have the same accent as like a standard American accent, and for the most part I think I probably do. But every time I am in the United States, they can clock us immediately and I'm like,
Yeah, the
"How?"
thing about Canadians is you do, but then there's certain words that give you away. Yeah.
Certain words. Yep. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
So funny.
Yeah.
I'm so touched by the women in the chat saying how they found their ways here. That is
I
so
know. It's so
lovely.
cool.
Surreal. I was mentioning decentering men, and I found this channel in my research. I'm so grateful. That is so
Nice.
nice. Yeah, thanks. Aw. Okay, let's see. Let's look at another meme. When you misgender a trans woman, Mama,
Just kill the
just
man.
kill the man.
Put a gun against his head. Called him Mister. Now he's dead.
Now he's dead. Beautiful lyrical improvising there.
Thanks. I'm not usually that witty, but that one just came out.
That was very good. Oh, so funny. Oh, speaking of, okay, this is actually on at the Pride Zoom for work today. So leading up to it, they were like, here's like a template where you can like because like the agency we work for has like a what the fuck on the logo, like a mascot type thing. And it was like a blank one. It's like, here's one of the blank mascots, and you can decorate it for Pride and show what Pride means to you, and we'll show it during the Zoom, blah blah blah. And so the little mascot, it's like an animal, and somebody made it into Freddie Mercury today, and we're like, this is my Pride design. It's a Freddie Mercury mascot. Ugh, so Pride.
It's very pride.
Yeah, it was so cringe at that Zoom though, because like I know it's like a work event, so it's not like anyone could really be political or
Right, yeah.
anything, but it was very like Pride is about coming together. Pride is about love. Pride is about acceptance. Pride is about Pride is about my husband who's an ally.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Exactly.
gross.
I couldn't. I would nope
So
out of
funny.
that right away.
Yeah, I only stayed for like 20 minutes and then I was like, peace.
Peace.
I'm out of here. Goodbye. Ugh.
Huh.
Okay, let's see
Helga
what we
found
got.
you through Julie
What?
Bindel for some reason.
Wait, what? Julie Bindel for some reason. She's not loved by red femmes. I respect Julie Bindel. I have a lot of respect for her and her work. But that does wane when it comes to political lesbianism. I have no respect for that, unfortunately. But that's cool.
Yeah.
I think she's done a lot of great stuff, and I've read some of her work on my channel. So as far as like feminist stuff, I do have a lot of respect for her and her what she does. But I disagree with her when it comes to lesbianism.
Yeah.
So and that's allowed. People
Of
can disagree.
course. That's a lot of what's missing from the discourse these days.
Mhm.
You can like some of what somebody does and massively disagree with what other things they do. So
Yeah, that's the thing is like so often it's like all or nothing. Like either somebody is perfectly politically pure and aligned with you exactly, or they're trash.
right. Yeah, and everybody's gonna have their hard lines, obviously. Like I'm not gonna be like,
Yeah.
well, Trump might be this way, but he does a couple of good things. So,
Mhm.
there's definitely a line, but when it comes to things like Julie Bindel, like, okay,
Mhm.
well, you gotta
Yeah.
kind of weigh it out.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who engage with my content who they're like, "Oh, well, I agree with Radical on this, and this, but I don't really like the way she is on that." Like, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Totally fine. Oh, if we're talking about lesbianism, do you have an opinion on the Fletcher situation? Ugh.
Oh, what's the Fletcher situation?
Do you know who Fletcher is?
No, I'm not hip.
Yeah, me barely. Fletcher is a pop star gal whose entire career and music has been centered on being a big dyke.
Mm.
It's been her entire music and career has been all about being a lesbian and
Oh
lesbian.
God.
Blah,
Did
blah,
she
blah.
sleep with a dude?
Well, she recently released a new single called Boy, and it's
Mm.
all about her new boyfriend and a
Ugh.
total rebrand. And like the promotional material for like the new album is all like um trad wife,
Whoa.
floral dress in a field of flowers with her hair cascading down
Why?
her
Why
shoulders.
does it have to go from one
I
extreme to the
know.
other? You know what this
Yeah.
reminds me of? The whole JoJo Siwa thing.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Well, and the thing is both her and JoJo, like during Pride Month. Come on.
Of all
Come
times.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me barely. Yeah. So yeah, that's frustrating. And it's like, um and so much of the discourse has been like, oh my God, but sexuality is fluid. And it's like, for bisexuals, it is.
Sure.
But it's not for lesbians. And like, when your whole thing has been like, I'm a lesbian and women and lesbian, blah, blah, blah. And then now she's like, yeah. Oh, no, now
Yeah,
she Club Flumi, now she's queer, of course, because they all
of
are
course.
eventually. So, yeah, but that's annoying. Whatever.
Yeah.
I saw there was another thing in here somewhere. Okay, Jar of Sapphics asks, hold up, I love Julie Bindel. What problems do you have with her? I don't agree with her and her stance on political lesbianism. She thinks or believes that a woman can become a lesbian or she can choose to be a lesbian because of her feminist political beliefs. And I vehemently disagree. I don't,
Yeah.
I have
Imagine.
lots of videos on my channel about political lesbianism if you want to know more of what I think, but that's the mix of it.
That
I
must
support.
be the most awkward relationship ever. Two straight arrow women in a political lesbian relationship. Like
Yeah.
it's just like a couple of roommates or a couple of besties living. Like what are you is she saying like is political lesbianism that you have to sleep with them too?
Well, so the thing is a lot of them do have like love and sexual relationships with women, but they believe that they chose that. Whereas I and most normal lesbians believe that we are born homosexual.
Right.
But political lesbians believe that no human at all has an innate sexual
Uh,
orientation. They believe it is all
no, that's
socialized
not true.
entirely. And to be gay or to be a lesbian is a choice one makes.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so once you become enlightened in a feminist sense, the natural choice would be to abandon men and choose women for emotional, romantic, and sexual needs and
Working
partnership.
class hero, Laverne and Shirley ass relationship. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
weird. I mean, they're probably just bisexual then, if they can actually
Well, that's
do that.
yeah. Right. Yes, exactly. But they would never ever agree that they're bisexual. They would never.
It's just weird.
In fact, there's Mary Daly who, unfortunately, I love her feminist writing, but she was a big political lesbian. She wrote in Gynecology, I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit because I don't have the book at my hands, but she wrote that she uses the word lesbian with a capital L when it's used for its correct sense, which is to be feminist women. She uses lesbian with a lowercase l to refer to women who, this is a quote, relate genitally to other women.
Genitally. Hmm.
Genitally. So the good, proper feminist women get the capital L lesbian, and the sexual weirdo freaks who relate genitally to other women, they
I
get the
mean,
lowercase L
lowercase
lesbian.
l sounds more fun, I'm just saying. I don't wanna be a capital L, that sounds boring
Yeah,
and
so yeah,
unfulfilling,
good time.
and like you're
Yeah.
lying to yourself your whole life.
Yeah, and so yeah, a lot of these political lesbians, because they're called that because they have quote unquote chosen to be lesbians, quote unquote lesbians, for their political beliefs. They're so feminist that they're choosing to become lesbians. Um,
Mm,
uh, and and yeah, they would say that any woman who chooses women in a political way is a lesbian. That's what a lesbian is. To them, it's not a female homosexual. A female homosexual is just a female homosexual, but a lesbian is a feminist woman who chooses women for feminist
yeah,
reasons.
that
Ugh.
sounds so dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like,
So
not true, just
that's
a
frustrating.
lie.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good time. But yeah. Well, Jar of Sapphics, Julie Bindel has indeed used the words chose to become a lesbian in her writing.
Oof.
For sure she has. I might even have a video on my channel reading that specific piece. But like, I agree with, 95% of her feminist work. We just have a disagreement on what it means to be a lesbian and how one is a lesbian. One does not come to lesbianism. One does not become a lesbian. One does not choose to be a lesbian. We are born this way. That's what lesbians
Right.
are.
Right.
But whatever. But I'm not going to discredit, the 95% of great feminist stuff that she does and says that I do
Yeah.
agree with. So, yeah.
I
Yeah,
choose to be a
that's all.
polymux latinx.
Good job, Lee. Yeah, I mean, if we can all just choose whatever we want,
Yeah.
then
It's easy.
Okay, Nana says, I mean, in some recent interviews, I've seen her dance around the whole polylez thing and try to walk back her position somewhat, basically trying to say polylez is feb fem. And that's fine. I have a lot of respect and admiration for feb fems, which is female exclusive bisexual feminists. For women who are bisexual and definitely do have the choice of who they are interested in or want to date, to only choose women, I think is super admirable and really
Yeah.
powerful. I have no problem with that at all. It's just not
Right. Right.
lesbianism. That's all.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Ballistic. The fact that I'm straight is proof enough you can't choose your
I mean, you
sexuality.
see straight women
Yeah.
online saying that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
It would never occur to them, or it repulses them to think of themselves being with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how you know they're not bisexual or lesbian.
Yep. Okay, let's look at my next
Yeah.
post here. So, trans activism caught on so fast because it created acceptable ways for straight liberals to just outright admit that they think feminists are shrill and annoying and that gay people are kind of icky without feeling a shred of guilt for it.
Yeah. Yep. It's just like repackaged misogyny and homophobia for sure. What is it? Woke homophobia is what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah. Woke homophobia. Oy. I am like, I never ever want to see the words examine ever again.
Exam.
Like, examine why you're not into
Ugh.
penises. For the same reason that I'm not into eating cow brains. Like, it doesn't sound appealing to me. I'm not interested in that. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
If you like cow brains,
Yeah.
fine. But I don't want
Right.
any. Yeah.
Flume. Relatable.
Yes. Uh-huh. Ooh, I don't think it was a coincidence that transgenderism exploded after Me
Mm-hmm.
Too. Say more.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was a backlash and a way for, especially like the
Oh.
Tims, like especially since so many of
Hmm.
them are former incels, MRAs, outright dudes, like they
Mhm.
figured out a way to like infiltrate and really stick it to
Right.
women. And there was a few
Right.
of them that,
And
oh,
also
sorry.
go
No,
ahead, sorry.
I'm pretty
No.
sure there have been like documented writings from these guys saying so. Like this is how we get the feminists.
Wow.
Like that's how you get in.
Right. I was gonna say, like, women were finally having a fucking moment to be like real with what's going on in the world and what women experience in their every single day life. But we certainly can't have that. And so now it has to be all about the poor oppressed
Yeah.
men with their fetish not being
And
validated.
unfortunately, and this might be a hot take, but like the way that the left liberal sphere in America evolved is that they were
Mm-hmm.
just like totally brainless and unquestioning enough, or had too much guilt, like white guilt, straight guilt, whatever, that when they
Mm-hmm.
heard all this bullshit, they, because they didn't want to be mean, and exclusionary. They just swallowed it without any critical thinking.
Wow.
And now some guy who had a whole YouTube channel, SJW Feminist Gets Wrecked, like pre 2016,
Oh
can
my
be like
god.
a trans woman now and get like all these accolades.
The most oppressed of
Right, and
all.
like be beloved, and like people don't even look at the past. Not that everybody should be condemned for what they did in the past, but like look, nothing he's saying is any different. He just puts another ribbon on it. Like he just packages it differently. Like fucking
Right.
Blair White. Like people are like all over Blair White, but he's still an MRA. He's still anti-feminist. He just
Right.
spins it so it has better optics now.
He's a Christian
Yeah,
now,
that
I
doesn't
saw.
surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, in his early content, he was openly an atheist, and now magically,
Well,
suddenly, he's a Christian.
Christianity is like the cult of man, so men
Yeah,
are
yeah,
very
yeah.
drawn to it because it basically
Yes,
tells them
well.
they're God.
Mm-hmm. And a woman should be
Yeah,
silent.
women should be silent. Women can't lead. Women look to the man, and the man is only accountable to Jesus. But since Jesus isn't here, the man is Jesus.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter, because as long as you're on your deathbed and you say that you accept Jesus as your savior, then everything you've ever done is forgiven. So
That's only sometimes, according to my very strict Baptist mother.
oh yeah.
If you don't accept Jesus, it's not going to matter how good you are, and you can't just do it on your deathbed. You have to accept him and live like your life according to.
That's not what the Bible
Yeah, I
says.
know. I can't listen.
You can't rationalize with these
No,
people, of
it's just what,
course. No.
it's just what she went on a big rant about how the Catholics have it all wrong too, because you can't just confess your sins every week and then be cool. Like, no, can't do that. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh, it's so convenient though when
I
you're a
know.
Catholic.
That's
Like
why
you can just,
Catholics is
as long as you own
it's
up
the
to it,
best.
you're
You
good
get
to
some
go.
wine. You tell
Say a couple Hail
yeah,
Marys. Peace.
tell
I'm
the
good.
weird priest that all the shit you did last week, and then you're good. Golden, like clean slate, carte blanche to
Yep,
do whatever.
exactly. Until next week, Father.
Yeah, and then you just like go out to your car and hit the doobie or whatever, and then go home.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. Okay, my next one is really funny. If you don't like being misgendered, have you considered passing better?
Lamau. Oh, Gandalf.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. It is actually really funny to me sometimes, because I do see occasionally on social media, I'll see like these more right-wing trans
Yeah.
women.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like Blair
this seems
White
like it
or
could have been made by a trans woman.
yeah. And it's so funny to me when they're like talking about how when they like read these non-passing trans women.
Yes.
And it's just like so funny.
Yes. I do get a kick out of that too.
Ugh,
I mean, I don't think
yeah.
any man can become a woman at all. But
Of
there is
course not.
something to be said for at least trying. And the fact that you're so lazy and gross means that you're still like that's such a
Yeah.
guy thing. Like to put in the bare minimum,
Mhm.
still have a beard, still wear like just
Mhm.
call me Rebecca, I'm a woman. But like
Mhm.
don't even shower. Like it's like no.
I know.
Come on. Come on, put
I
in
know.
a little spirit, okay?
Oh, good night, working class crash Shiro. Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.
That's Sanrio
Good to have you.
Gandalf. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. Next one is from Reddit r/translator. So I guess that's later transing.
Oh.
You know you're a woman when you're staying at a hotel for a gathering, you're dressed in a beautiful purple dress with a deep neckline, and because you have no pockets, you have to carry your room key card in your bra between the bra and your breast. Hey!
Yeah.
That's what makes a
That's
woman, putting shit in your
such a
bra.
new female experience. I feel so seen.
I know. You know you're a woman when you put your hotel key card in your bra. Oh, like this is what they think of
Yeah,
us.
it's like both insulting and sad at the same time.
Yes. Oh yeah, exactly.
I feel like there's a German word for that particular feeling. We just don't have it in
Yeah.
English. They
Right.
have everything. They have a feel.
Oh,
They have a word for every type of subtle feeling you could ever have.
yes, exactly. It's so
Also,
funny.
nobody wants your room key card covered in man boob sweat.
Right. I've seen like a lot of like bars and stuff will not accept cash when they see a woman whip it out of her bra. And I'm like, that's fair. Like it's covered in her nasty sweat and shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's
It's
totally
like,
fair.
ew. Get a fanny pack like the
Ugh.
rest of us.
Be normal.
Right. Yeah, for real, Brody.
Woman defined by underwear. You know you're a woman when you paint your nails pink and they look
Yeah.
cute. Ugh, gross. Um, oops. Okay, next one.
Oh, irradiated woman, that drives me fucking insane. Sorry.
Oh, I've been thinking about how half the internet and YouTube predators are Tims, and when commentary girlies make videos about them, they always say we must respect their
Yeah.
pronouns.
Yeah. I hate that so much. That's like
Oh, yeah,
it's
that
really
really
on like
pisses me off.
leftist spread to YouTube, they
Yeah.
and then the analysis is of course lukewarm and shitty because they can't actually say what's really going on. They have to like kowtow and pussyfoot around the issue.
Oh my God, stinky. It's a real tip they give each other, by the way, to shower daily to
Oh
help with
my fucking
passing.
god. If that
Ah!
is not the most like Reddit neckbeard dude shit,
Ew.
seriously. Like that's the big idea. Like they had to be told that. They had to be instructed to shower every day.
Yeah,
Like, ew. Okay,
gross.
anyway, sorry. Do go on.
Yeah, it's okay. Uh, whoops. How do I hide this? If genitals don't define gender, how does removing them affirm it?
Well, that's like the question, right? You
Yeah, they can never
no,
answer
but
it.
in back okay, so it's been going through like an evolution over the years. Back in the day, they used to say that sex and gender were separate and that you don't have to remove it
Mm-hmm.
because your genitals don't have anything to do with the gender between your ears. But now that it's
Yeah.
evolved away from that, that's transphobic now. So like KB, you've never heard the word pussyfoot? I'm not talking about like pussies. Like it's a
Right.
word.
It means like dilly
To
dally.
dance around something.
Yeah, to dance around
Yeah.
something.
It's a real word. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be like
No.
crass or whatever.
To act in a cautious or non-committal way.
Yes.
AKA, I realized I could no longer pussyfoot around.
Yes, exactly. And Georgia also gives a definition.
Beating around the bush or not getting to the
Mm-hmm.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Um. Okay. I think I only have one more.
Oh, it's already over.
Pretty much. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or a leftist man if they think misogyny is a serious issue.
Spoiler alert. They don't.
They don't. Ugh, never do.
Mm-mm. Their politics stops at the belt line. It
Ew.
does.
It's true
Mhm.
though. Yeah, good times. Um, we. What was I gonna say? Something about. I don't know. I live in like in Alberta, and it's run by a crazy, extremely
Yes,
conservative
the Maple
psychopath.
Magas.
The Maple Magas, Danielle Smith, who is a total psycho. But recently there was a by-election, actually maybe just the day before yesterday, and there's a person who is going to be running against her who I think maybe has a good chance, which is kind of nice and hopeful. Anyway, he won his seat in the by-election, which means he officially can run in the opposition, which is really nice. Yay!
That's good.
And he is now the party leader for the party I usually vote for, which is the New Democratic Party, which is like lefty party.
Yeah. Well, you guys vote for parties, not people, so that's good. Oh, bye, Lee.
Bye, Lee.
Sorry you have to go to work.
Yeah, we vote for parties, not people. And yeah, so knock on wood that we can get out of the conservative stronghold that is Alberta. But we have elected a conservative government for 49 out of 50 years. So
yeah.
Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see.
I mean, maybe.
When is you guys do every 2 years, right? I know president is every 4 years, but you have every 2 years?
Yeah, I believe so.
So 26 will be your guys' next.
Yep.
You know, nobody in the chat come for me, but if the guest is interesting, I will listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. I know, sacrilege. How dare I?
No.
But Bernie Sanders was on the podcast this week.
Yeah, I'd listen to that.
Yeah, it was really good. I listened to it at work today. Bernie is a smart guy. And I'm not defending Joe Rogan, but he agreed with a lot of Bernie's talking points. So I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of relevant to the very last meme we showed, right?
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
of these guys, like, they will agree with a Bernie, but when it comes to like misogyny in women,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
All of a sudden, they're like red pill, you know?
Yeah, totally. Who's gonna clip up this stream and be like, "Oh my god, Radical Ramblings listens to Joe Rogan"?
Oh my god, cancel her. She's canceled
immediately. I only listen when it's like something super interesting, like Bernie Sanders, or like one time there was a guy who does regenerative. What's the word?
Regenerative.
Is that the word? Regenerative
It
farming.
Sounds weird coming out of my mouth.
Yeah,
regenerative.
Yeah, so he does. I listened to the one episode he had a guest on who turned his entire ranch and farming, like they're cattle farmers and they do, I don't know, crops too. They turned it into an entirely regenerative, whatever the fuck that word is, farm. And it was just really interesting because he was talking all about like the massive change positively on their environment where they farm and stuff. Anyway, occasionally there's an interesting guest on and I'll listen. So
yeah, I mean, Oni No makes a good point. Like, he just agrees with every guest, and that's like where the danger lies, because he'll have these really awful, terrible people, and he'll also agree with them just like he agrees with Bernie. So he's just like a
but the thing is and with same with any media, really, like you can find something interesting. Like, it's not even about him or the fact that he's the host. It's like the guest is interesting and I want to hear what they have to say.
No, I'm the same way. If it was somebody I was interested in, I'd listen.
Yeah. I've listened to, there's that UK one called Trigonometry.
Yeah, I've listened to them too.
They're like the Joe Rogans of the UK.
Yep.
I suppose, maybe, I don't really know, but occasionally there's an interesting guest on and I want to hear what they're saying. So shoot me, I guess. But also, no, don't shoot me, because we can't form our own opinions properly. We can't educate ourselves appropriately if we don't hear conflicting views to our own, because we have to be
we would be to, like, hypocrites. We just made fun of block and stay safe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't do no blocking and staying safe up in
No.
here. It is full danger over here.
Full danger. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna if,
Yeah.
if the guest is like fucking Andrew Tate, I'm not gonna listen to it. But if it's somebody
Yeah,
I'm
certainly not.
interested in and I don't think is a waste of
Yeah.
human skin, I might tune in.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's the guy who won my favorite season of the Alone show
Oh,
who's the guest, I'm gonna
I love
listen.
Alone.
Me too. Are you watching the new season? It
No,
just
I haven't
started.
actually watched it in a long time. The
Oh,
last one I think I watched was season 9, maybe 8.
okay.
What are they on now?
I think this is 12, I
Ooh, okay, I got
think.
some catching up to do.
And there's only 2 episodes out, I think. But it's in South
Oh, they
Africa.
finally went somewhere different.
Yeah, they're on the like what the fuck? I don't what's a I can't what I cannot English today. What is the word for like African
The
plains?
savannah?
Thank you. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, and there's like there's like baboons
Cool.
and lions and stuff
Oh shit.
afoot.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared of the
Yeah.
lions.
Yeah, so normally they go somewhere where it does eventually get extremely cold, but this
Yeah,
time
they
they're
have
in
wrung a
Africa,
lot of
South
mileage
Africa.
out of Vancouver, I tell you what.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
few seasons were in Vancouver Island, but actually, so they're on 12 seasons now. The only ones not shot in Canada were Mongolia, Patagonia, and now
Yeah.
Africa. So 9 out of 12 have been in the north of Canada.
Nena, this is the show called Alone. It's a it's a
Yes,
survival
Alone.
show.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm.
Yeah, so basically the premise is contestants are alone, as the title sounds, and they are given recording equipment to record themselves, and they're dropped off in a remote nowhere. And the last one to tap out wins. And sometimes a person taps out after a few
Mhm.
hours, and sometimes they last 100 days.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Sometimes
love
people
it.
have to
It's
be
so
airlifted
interesting.
to the hospital.
Yep.
Mhm. There's a
Yep. I loved, oh my God, the very first season when they're on Vancouver Island in the north, and the one guy was
Yeah.
talking about how he's such
Oh,
a
yeah,
tough
I
police
remember that guy.
officer.
He
He's not
tapped out
afraid
the
of
first
anything, and I'm gonna do
night.
this. He tapped out the first night because he thought he
That's
heard a
right,
bear.
yeah, yeah.
Like, bye.
Everybody made fun of that guy. It's always the okay,
Mhm.
so the trend on Alone is it's always the guy that's really, like, swinging
Oh,
his dick
yeah.
around about being ex-military or a cop or, like, a tough guy.
Or he's been training his whole life for
Yeah,
this.
exactly, and he never makes it to the end. It's never that guy.
No. No, it's always like the unassuming, like scrawny little
Mhm.
nerd weirdo who like found a way to like store food
Yeah,
and
there was
yeah.
one, like, tough guy that made it. I forget the season, but he's the guy with the ice house.
Oh, that's
J
Jordan.
No, not Jordan. He was
No, I thought Jordan
he
built an
did,
ice
but
house.
I know who you're talking about. He was the one that he
Oh,
actually bagged a deer or something or an elk. And that no,
that's
no,
Jordan. He's
that's what
the
I'm
only
saying.
person
No,
on.
he's the one.
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry.
No, but,
I
like,
gotcha.
this dude built, like, a almost like an underground oh, no, maybe it was a rock house. Yeah, and he was
Uh-huh.
this big burly, like, strong, silent type, and he said he coulda lived out there for a while, but he won.
Oh, yes. He won the 100-day
That's right.
challenge
Yes,
season.
okay.
I cannot
I
remember
can't
his
either.
name, but the challenge was, can you make it to 100 days?
Yes.
And um and he did. And so he was the last one left and the crew came to get him and tell him he won and he was like, "Oh, I could have stayed out here a long time still, but I guess I'll win."
Yeah, and he's the only, like,
Yeah.
badass type dude that I ever saw
Mhm.
that actually could back up what he said.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's so good. So the thing is, this is reality TV. They need to create a story. It's not real. Whoops, wrong comment. Um, I would say that is the case for like 95% of reality TV, but Alone is pretty like it is just a contestant and their
Mhm.
camera in the middle of the like northern Canadian
Yeah.
wilderness by themselves. and sometimes they're starving to death, and sometimes they catch a fucking rabbit in a
Yep.
trap. It's like it, and sometimes the medical staff come and pull them out and be like, you are actually dying. We have to
Yeah.
take you. It's like
I
pretty
mean,
real. It's about as real
some
as
of
you
the
can get.
contestants have gone on the subreddit for the show, and the
Yeah,
most they
I've seen that.
say is that sometimes they will have like more food than the editing lets the audience see,
Sure.
but they say that it's still pretty accurate. Like they're not wildly misrepresenting everything.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. But certainly shows like, I don't know, like the
Oh
Kardashians or
yeah. I
whatever,
mean,
like that's what they call soft
yeah.
scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like you know what I've been binging
What's that?
lately? I've been binging
I
Hoarders.
can't do hoarders, man.
I
It's
know.
it's
It's so
so, and
bad.
these people are so they're just so resistant to reality. It's frustrating to me. Like
Mhm.
Ballistic said her guilty pleasure is 600-pound life, and like I was on a kick of that for a bit myself. Those people are really intractable with the things they believe, and they're very resistant, but Hoarders takes it to a whole new level. Like
Mhm.
they are beyond delusional.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. You know what? Actually, I watched an episode yesterday with a person on it who was like really, really, really ready to change and really embracing the process and the therapy, which was
Yeah.
really good. But sometimes I'm like, whoa. And I also have to consistently remind myself like these are people who have a mental
Yeah.
illness. They are ill.
Yes.
But when you see them like fighting with their sister over the 17 plastic card holders that came in bouquets of
Yeah.
flowers, I'm like, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
It's kind of, I guess that's kind of the reason I don't watch 600-Pound Life all the time. Like I go through
mhm.
spurts because the hopelessness of a lot of the stories can get to
I
me.
know
Like
it's
I
so
love the
awful.
ones that you just said with the ones that are really ready, or like the ones on 600-Pound
Yeah,
Life that actually kill it and like they do it. Those
yeah,
are very inspiring, but a lot of times it's just like you just know these people are just gonna basically go to their graves, never healing or changing or anything, and it's just hopeless. Like,
yeah. It's really sad. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really into like that kind of reality TV, but I do love Alone. I also do love Survivor. Ugh.
I've never actually seen Survivor.
Oh, there are some seasons that are so
Oh,
good. Yes. What else do I like? Uh, I don't really watch any other reality TV. I don't think. Just Alone, really, and Survivor and Hoarders.
yeah,
Bye, Jar of Sapphics. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for your wonderful comments in the chat.
yeah. Chat's always good.
Yeah. I do love a documentary,
Yeah.
though. I'm a really big documentary
Oh,
gal.
Capricorn. I love Super Size, Super Skinny.
I've never
That's a
heard of
British
that.
show. I love the way the Brits do
Oh,
it. Like I
yeah.
actually saw a British hoarder show. It was like clips on YouTube. I don't remember which one,
Right.
but man, it was wild. But I feel like the British really don't mince words, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And they're a little less dramatic. Like there's less dramatic music and dramatic cuts and stuff. It seems to be a little bit
Right.
more down to earth.
Yeah.
There's been a lot on YouTube about how super size versus super skinny is like really toxic and terrible, but I don't know. I like it
Yeah.
because they're both
Hmm.
ends of the extremes are not good for you, right? So
Of
yeah,
course. Did you see
ghost
Rich Kids
skins.
Ghost Skint? I love British
Yeah, me
words.
too.
Skint is
Such
such a
a
good word.
British sounding show. I love that.
It's, yeah, that's an extremely British title. Oh, that's so funny. Skint.
Yeah, Oni, no,
Uh,
I I tend to agree with you. I actually know somebody in real life who got she didn't get to 600 pounds, but she was quite big, right? And she got the surgery and she did lose it for a while. But I think if you
Right.
really don't deal with the underlying issues that make you eat like that and get that big, she
Right.
gained it all back, let's just say, like within 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And she was beyond even her start, like before she got the surgery, she was beyond it. So, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Bye,
Nana
Nana.
left.
Let's see. Are there any good recent documentaries without the Netflix editing? Yeah. Um, I watched. What did I watch recently?
You know what I watched recently? And it was a little Netflixy, but it was still interesting. It was about that billionaire sub that exploded or imploded.
Oh yeah, Titan.
Titan. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is on
Yes.
Netflix, I
And
think.
it's pretty okay. It still has some of what you're probably complaining about, which makes me roll my eyes a little
Yeah.
bit, but it was interesting enough throughout it.
I kind of wanted to watch it, but I realized I cannot because I don't know what the phobia is called, but it's fear of things
Is
in the
that
water.
thalassophobia? The fear of the ocean?
Thalassophobia. Well, there's that, but also submechanophobia.
Oh,
Submechanothalassophobia, which is fear of man-made objects
it's
under the
very
water. It's so
specific.
fucking weird and niche. I know, but I can't handle a sunken ship picture will make me spiral into crying. It is so
Oh
terrifying to
no.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like those there's like some places there's statues under the water. It
Mm.
freaks me out so bad. Like I don't know what it is, but oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Freaks me
Oh.
out. Oh, Let's Remember can relate. Thank God because it's like panic. Like I will cry. It's so upsetting and scary to me.
Hmm.
It's so weird, I know. But
Just
yeah.
man-made objects in the deep ocean.
Yes, because it's almost like
Like it
uncanny
shouldn't be
valley. Like
there.
right.
Hmm.
And it's so upsetting. It is so upsetting. I know, Oni, I know it's so specific and
It's
so
very
weird. I know.
specific. I kind of love that.
Yes. Yeah, I have unfortunately accidentally seen like photos like of or even like a plane that has gone down in the water.
So I'm guessing you would
Oh,
not like to watch footage of the Titanic under the.
absolutely not. I couldn't. I would
No.
cry. Like it is
Did you see
so
Titanic?
deeply upsetting. The
Yeah.
movie? Oh yeah. Oh, okay, get this. I have been obsessed with the Titanic since I was like 7 years old,
Oh, but you just avoid the
which is the
pictures,
weirdest.
I imagine.
Oh, I
I'm
cannot do
imagining
it.
you like
But
covering
the
your eyes like somebody at a horror film, but
no, that's
like
me. That
only
is literally
only
what
for
it
when
is.
the little thing goes down to take pictures of the Titanic. You're like, tell me when it's over.
That's that is absolutely it. Or like sometimes if I'm like scrolling on TikTok or something and there's like I don't know, a video of like something creepy in the lake or
Mm,
whatever, like I have to like literally cover my eyes and scroll fast.
yeah.
Like
Oh my God. People are talking
it's so
talking about
silly.
underwater caves, and that actually really creeps me out.
Me too. You will never find me in a
No.
cave above land or
Yeah, and the
underwater
stories
ever.
of like people getting trapped in above water caves too, and like being stuck there and dying there, like, oh no, 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 no. We
Absolutely
human
not.
beings, we do not
Absolutely
belong in
not.
caves. So don't go
No.
there. We don't
Or
belong at the
like
bottom of the
those
ocean.
people who do like spelunking and they're like crawling through like a 11
Nope.
inch gap. Like what is wrong with
I,
those
I
people?
I cannot. I can't even listen or watch stories about that kind of thing on YouTube. It freaks me
No.
out.
It's so
Yeah, and
upsetting.
the stories of the people that actually get trapped and die in there, like, can't do it.
Oh no. Yeah, the guy in
Oh
Nutty Putty
God, Nutty
Cave, his body is still
Putty.
there. It's horrifying. Like, that is so sad and horrifying. Like, what an
That's
awful
like
thing to happen
number
to you.
one for me of horrifying stories. And I've heard a lot because I have a morbid curiosity. I like to, see those compilations of like the top 20 strangest ways people have died. And I can't do the cave deaths. It's
Mm-mm.
too, ugh. I can do like buildings collapsing and industrial accidents or whatever, but the cave deaths are
Mhm.
like, no.
Nope. Mm-mm.
It just,
Nope. You'll never ever find me in a
it gives
cave.
me this existential dread
Mhm.
that nothing else does.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Although, you know what I did watch? I did watch a documentary about that Thai football soccer team that got stuck in a cave
Oh, yeah.
a few, like 10 years
Mhm.
ago. I did watch a documentary about that rescue mission. Um, and that was really something else. That was
Did any
crazy that they all
I was gonna say
survived.
that they didn't none of them died. That would be good. That would help a lot for me to watch that story.
Yeah, so like they got trapped in a cave chamber. Cave chamber. Yes. Some I'm struggling with my language today. Um they got trapped in the chamber, and then it was like rainy season, and then the cave filled with water and they were
Ugh.
stuck. And so they had like a bunch of like Marines and Navy divers from around the world come and scuba dive through the cave to them. And then they were like, how are we going to get these kids out? Because like they'll panic. It's too scary. So literally, they anesthetized all of the children
Oh,
and transported them with a face mask and oxygen
yeah.
tank through the water system of the cave. And they got all of them
That's good
out.
though. Poor
Yeah.
kids.
And but also the people like, so each diver had to take a kid. They'd had to make multiple trips because there's only like 4
Yeah.
divers. And none of them were medical professionals, so they had to be trained how
And
to
this wow.
administer
That's
anesthesia
crazy.
safely and effectively. Yes, including halfway through the journey.
Ooh,
Crazy,
yeah.
and nobody died, so that's pretty cool.
And nobody freaked out.
Yeah.
Salad Caesar's comment made me laugh. Documentaries be like, David was a Lego tester making 69K a month. Then he decided to go to Satan's armpits. Satan's
Literally.
armpits.
Oh, too funny.
That reminds me of those old memes about the House Hunters shows
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah, like
oh my God. Okay. I
Susan
got,
and Barry are looking for a 4-bedroom, blah, 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 with beachfront property, also backing onto a forest, and their budget is $70,000.
yes, yes, yes.
Like, not gonna happen, but a
He's a,
10-minute walk
yeah, exactly.
downtown.
He's a butterfly therapist and she's a stay-at-home astronaut. Our budget is $3.2 million.
A butterfly
Yeah.
therapist.
This one says, husband, I'm a door-to-door encyclopedia salesman. Wife, and I raise our Tamagotchi. Our budget is $980K.
Reminded me of the one stream I did with Rusty when she was caring for her Tamagotchi, and it kept crying during the stream. Oh my god. And I raised our Tamagotchi.
That's
Oh
what
my
she
god, literally.
does. Listen, okay, their budget is almost $1 million.
Oh. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's like, it's
Oh,
so true though. Like,
I know. Yeah, and then they always end up spending twice their original
how do
budget.
people afford this with the jobs they say they have?
Wait, did you guys in the late 90s, I don't know if did you guys have that show Trading Spaces?
That actually sounds familiar to me.
So, like, neighbors would swap houses and redo a room in each other's
Yes,
houses?
yes.
and they had like a professional
Oh
designer
my
and a
God,
carpenter
you've
and stuff.
unearthed a locked memory for me.
Yeah, that show was hilariously crazy. Like sometimes the designer would like create something that was actually nice and
Ugh.
thoughtful, and other times they would be so fucking crazy. Like this one woman did a beach themed living room, but the floor was literally
Oh
sand.
my, what? That's crazy.
Yes. And yes, another one I remember was they had like a brick fireplace, and they were like, "We genuinely don't care what you do. Just please, please, like the only thing we request is you don't touch the fireplace, but anything else is free game." And the designer painted the
Oh
fireplace white.
no. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fax machine. The one where they glued hay on the
Oh my
walls.
God.
Yes.
Oh
Yes. Oh, that
God.
show was insane. Ah, Plum Plumey. Have you thought about adding Tamagotchi sitting to your pet sitting hustle?
Actually, I don't know. It's not a bad idea.
Oh my
You,
god.
you could
Oh
really
my
rake
god,
it in
that's
from
so
all those
funny.
nerds.
Honestly.
You got
Oh, irradiated
s-
is
oh,
buying a house.
nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, it is scary.
Yes, it is. I bought my house in 2020 and I'm still like, who let this happen?
Yeah. Oh, we're not talking about like the wife swap show.
No. No, this was a room
Yeah.
makeover show. Although Wife Swap does have my favorite reality TV moment of all
What's that?
time. There's so a white family and a black family swapped, and there was a little boy in the white family and his name was Curtis, and he was like probably like 8 or 9, and he was like a little chunker, and he was talking about like he doesn't, oh my god, it's so funny. He said about the woman because she was instilling some like rules and like healthy eating and vegetables and stuff, and he was like, and she thinks that she's the queen and we're the sorry people. And then oh, what else did he say? He called himself King Curtis.
Oh.
Something about chicken nuggets. Oh, and then in the episode he packed up his he packed up some pajamas in like his little like Lightning McQueen roller suitcase and was like, I'm walking to my grandma's
Oh my
house.
God.
King Curtis.
Aw.
I loved him. He's so funny. She's the queen and we're the sorry people.
Sorry, people.
Mhm. Oh god. Too funny.
I never
Good
liked the
times.
wife swap ones where it was clear that the man was like scary and abusive.
Oh yeah. So creepy. There was, yeah. Sometimes that show was like funny and wholesome and sometimes it was like,
Yeah,
ooh.
like, oh girl, you in danger.
Oh, did you see the episode with the extreme Christian woman who like came home to her real family and had a total meltdown about how they were Satan?
No.
It's like totally memeified on the internet. Like the family when she came home was trying to ask her about how it was and stuff, and she was just like crying about how they're all satanic and devil worshippers, and there's like an iconic line where she screams at the top of her lungs, "They're not
Oh my
Christians!"
God.
And it's, yeah, it was fucking crazy. It's like one of the craziest
I
moments.
mean, didn't they know this going in that the other family?
Yeah, but I mean, the whole premise is like they take two families that are like polar
Right,
opposites from
right.
each other, right? And they weren't even like demonic
Well,
Satanists.
no,
They were
of
just
course, I
like,
didn't think so.
you know, basic
Yeah.
liberals. Maybe the dad skateboarded,
Oh my
you know?
God. Skateboard is a
Yes.
tool of the devil.
They're not Christians! I'll have to find it and send it to you.
Jesus. Literally. She
Yeah,
needs
literally.
Jesus. He needs to come down, tell her to chill out.
Mm, yes. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she called herself a Christian warrior.
Yeah, there's a
God
lot of
warrior.
those people that call themselves that, like very warrior image.
Uh-huh. Yep, good times. Ooh, Dr. Pimple Popper. I love Dr. Pimple Popper
Yeah.
also. I don't mind. I'm not weirded or grossed out by like the Dr. Pimple Popper, or like the ones that are like, though there's one show on like the same network that's like, my feet are killing me, and it's like all the weird foot
Is it called My
disorders.
Feet Are Killing Me?
It's literally
That's
called
funny.
that. Yeah, I am not weirded out about like gross stuff at all. I actually like enjoy watching that kind of stuff. There's some really
Yeah,
good shows like
it
that.
reminds me of the whole Idiocracy Ow My Balls show. I actually don't mind that stuff either. I went through a phase on YouTube where I watched, I think I'm still subscribed to it, although I haven't, that hasn't been my hyperfixation for a while, but like they used to clean people's ear canals.
Oh
And it was like so
yeah, I love
satisfying because
those.
they would like remove all this crap and then
Yes.
the person would be like, wow, I can actually hear. Like,
Yeah, oh my god, I love
yeah.
those.
Mhm.
I actually had when I was younger, I had this issue where my ears would produce too much earwax, so I had to go and get them
Mm.
flushed out quite routinely. As I got older, I've like grown out of that, I guess. I don't really know. But yeah, and then after getting my ears done, I was like, wow, I can hear everything. It's so nice.
I'm gonna go listen to some music.
Literally, I could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. Yeah, pimple popping ones I like. Or like there's like this weird pouch of fat that's just been on my shoulder for 10 years and I've never had it
Huh.
addressed. And then they remove it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like a camel hump?
Yeah, pretty much. They're what are they called?
Oh,
Lipoma,
yeah.
and it's just like a collection of fat cells that like
Yeah.
something went wrong and they knew they weren't supposed to settle there, but
Yeah.
they did, kind of thing. Yeah.
Huh. Must be a
Yep.
relief to get that off. Was that gonna probably got in the way,
Yeah.
like under your like, oh, imagine how irritating that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Yeah.
times. Yeah, a little bit of body horror doesn't freak me out, but
Yeah, me either.
caves and
Yeah.
underwater, no.
That's different. I can watch surgery all day long.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yep, it doesn't freak me out
No.
at all.
Nope.
Nope. So starting tomorrow, I'm starting a house sit tomorrow until July 6th.
Okay.
But it's 2 different dogs, so I'm going from like literally one house to the next on July 2nd. But next starting tomorrow, it's a black lab,
Oh.
which I love a Labrador. They're so goofy and great.
Yeah.
And then I'm going on a little mini vacation in the second week of July. I'm just going to Calgary to go to the Calgary Stampede.
Right. When's your
Back to my
big family camp?
Oh, it was supposed to be last
Oh,
weekend.
it didn't happen?
No. Not enough people RSVP'd appropriately enough for us to secure the necessary location.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
and
know how much
then
you look forward
some
to
people
it.
are like, I know it's my favorite. I love all my cousins. So yeah, but instead, like those of us who could, we just got together for the afternoon, so that was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be on vacation for a little bit in July. Not only for like a Thursday to a Monday kind of situation, like a 5-day.
Yeah.
And then my actual vacation that I take every year will be in September. I go to Vancouver and Victoria to see my sister and some friends.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be weird though, because normally when I go, I see a certain friend of mine, but she decided that we're no longer friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be weird to go there and not see her,
Yeah.
but I'll be seeing other people.
Well, hopefully you'll have a good time with the other people.
I will, certainly. It will be wonderful. It'll just be kind of weird and
Yeah.
sad. And sad, but
Yeah.
oh well.
I was
Her
just gonna say her
loss.
loss.
I'm a good
That's
friend.
right. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a chill and cool person.
I try. I try. But yeah. Well, thanks for hanging
Of
out tonight.
course. I like our streams.
Me
That's
too.
fun.
Yes. What's today? Wednesday?
Yeah, tomorrow's my Friday. I'm super
Mm.
stoked.
Yeah. I would say maybe another stream this week, but I don't know just because the dog I'm sitting is new to me, so I never really know until I get a feel for how
It's
it
all right.
goes.
Puppies come first.
So, yeah, maybe. If not, maybe a daytime stream next week because I'm off on the 30th and the
Well,
1st.
I do have a hair's appointment on the
Oh, I got my hair cut
Oh, yeah?
yesterday.
I have
Yeah.
one at 11:30 on the 1st. So I might be there for a few hours.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I don't even know what my plans will be.
Play it by ear.
But yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, I have to pack for my house
Okay.
sit now. And yeah. Okay, I don't know what plans will be for another stream, but keep an eye on the channel. There'll be something. And that's all I really have.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Nice to see some of the names and icons we know and love, and also some new people. Very nice to have you. Thank you. Have a great evening, day, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.